And welcome inside the ballpark at Old Orchard Beach for tonight's Greater Northeast Collegiate Baseball League matchup between the Windjammers and the home Nor'easters. We're just about ready to get started here with the first leadoff hitter for the visiting Windjammers, and this is Sam Peterson, a UMaine Farmington Rising junior, steps into the box against the starting pitcher for the Nor'easters, Ryan Penny, who deals strike one fouled back as we are underway. Ryan Penny, a rising senior at Husson, Thornton Academy graduate. Deals strike two. His opponent Peterson, as I mentioned, as he takes ball one outside. A rising junior at UMaine Farmington, a Marshwood High School graduate, South Berwick native. Hit .251 in 31 at-bats this past season for the Beavers as he hits that one into shallow center field. Going back on it is the shortstop, Luke Chessie, and he's able to make the play for the first out of the inning. And that will bring up the second Sam in as many batters in this lineup for the Windjammers. This one's Sam Malgieri, a Plymouth State Rising junior. He's a Stratham, New Hampshire native, Exeter High School grad. Hit .317 this past year for Plymouth State. He takes high inside for ball one. And swings at that one for strike one. A beautiful day here at the stadium at Old Orchard Beach. Not a cloud in the sky, not a noticeable gust of wind. Much unlike the season opener at the waterfront at Southern Maine Community College. Beautiful stadium, but much more exposed to the elements. 2-1 the count for Malgieri. And he takes low. That will be ball four, the first walk of the game for Ryan Penny, and that will bring up Jack LeCocher, the third hitter in this lineup, a rising sophomore at Rollins College. Ryan Penny, this starting pitcher for the Nor'easters, deals ball one. Made 5 appearances, just one start his junior year at Husson. 9.00 ERA, 7 runs allowed in 7 innings. That one fouled back for strike one. One-on-one out here for these Windjammers. And he deals, and that one hit toward the second baseman. Not an optimal angle to turn to, but able to throw on for the out. Making the play there is the second baseman, LeBlond. And they're 2 down and a man on second. That'll bring up the cleanup hitter in this Windjammer lineup. That is Griffin Ruffner, a rising sophomore at Ithaca College. Another Exeter, New Hampshire native. He takes low for a ball. This Nor'easters team started off their season with a 2-1 loss on Tuesday at SMCC. Looking to even the ship here. Runner goes, and he is into third base without an issue, and that throw is into the outfield, and he is going to score. That got past the Nor'easter third baseman, Michael Wern, and went down the third base line, and the Windjammers on the board here with 2 outs in the top of the first. They take a 1-0 lead on an errant throw from the catcher. That was Andrew Merrill. Swing and a miss, 2-1 the count. Fouls that one back out of play. Two and two the count for Ruffner. Looking to keep things going in this opening frame. Tack on some more runs. Petty looking to get out of it. That one low in the dirt. Brings the count to full. James Gignac, the third baseman for the Windjammers, standing in the on-deck circle. Penny deals. A swing and a miss. He struck him out, able to get out of the inning with just one run of damage, but that one giving the Windjammers a 1-0 lead here in the opening frame. We head to the bottom of the first with the Nor'easters due up here in Old Orchard Beach. To the bottom of the first we go here with the Nor'easters due up, and the man on the mound for the Windjammers is Owen Sullivan, a grad student at USM. Biddeford High School graduate. Was purely a reliever during his time at USM. 5.4 ERA, 17 strikeouts and 11.2 innings pitched. And the man he is facing off against here first is Brett Federico, who looks low at a ball. Rising senior at St. Lawrence College, Marlborough, Massachusetts native. With a 1-0 count here. Make that 2-0. His Nor'easters looking to strike back against an early deficit. In the previous outing for the Nor'easters, it was them who took an early lead as Federico swings at strike one, getting a go-ahead run in the bottom of the first inning, but that was all they'd manage. Their opponent, the Patriots, managed a run in the very next frame, and then one more in the bottom, or the top rather, of the sixth inning, which was good for a 2-1 margin. 2-2 the count against the first baseman Federico. And he is rung up, strike three looking. Good start there for Owen Sullivan. And that will bring up the number 2 hitter, the third baseman Michael Wern, rising junior at St. Joseph's. Ellington, Connecticut native. East Catholic High School graduate, swings at strike one. Hit .260 with 15 runs batted in, 3 steals at St. Joseph's. Takes a ball there. GNAC all-rookie team his freshman year in 2022 was Wern. All GNAC third team as well. Captained his high school squad as a senior in Ellington, Connecticut. Looking at a 2-1 count here against Owen Sullivan. Fouls that one back out of play. Two. That's high for a ball. And a swing and a miss. A second straight strikeout to start the game for Owen Sullivan. Certainly not what you like to see from this Nor'easter lineup. But he is dealing here early. A backwards facing looking strike followed there by a swinging strike. 2 up and 2 down without a ball in play. And that will bring up Luke Chessie to try and break the trend. A Bowdoin rising senior. Thornton Academy graduate. He swings at strike one rather. 3 home runs and a .262 average during his junior campaign. And he's swinging for the fences here. 2 quick early strikes. Sullivan looking to complete this frame. Won't do it there. The high ball. Two. Grounds that one to the third baseman. And that's a bobble. Is he going to be able to get him? No, that is safe. Called safe on the field. That was a bang-bang play. Looked like he was going to call him out at first. That was a really tough play after the bobble from the third baseman, James Gignac, on the Windjammers side, and able to reach base is Chessie to keep his team alive here on the top of the or bottom of the first. That will bring up Jack LeBlond, a rising senior at USM, to bat in the cleanup role. Strike one called. Throws on over first, nothing doing there. 0-1 the count. Sullivan looking to end this frame without a hit. Neither pitcher is allowed a hit yet, if you can believe it. One run already on the board. That was unearned as a result of the error on the part of the catcher in the top of the first. 0-2 count. Grounds that one through the hole between the shortstop and the third baseman. That'll be a routine single into left field. And the Nor'easters in business here with 2 outs. Graffam able to get aboard. Or LeBlond, excuse me, able to get aboard. And this will bring up Andrew Merrill, the catcher. Looks at a ball just outside. Excuse me, this is Jack LeBlond. I got a little lost in the lineup there. That was Graffam with the single. Jack LeBlond now up. He is a rising senior at USM. Brady Graffam just hit that single. He looks at strike 2. Does LeBlond. Second baseman for these Nor'easters. 2 men on, 2 outs. Takes that one low and away. 2-2 goes the count. Two. And he looks at strike 3. 3 strikeouts in that inning for Owen Sullivan. Had a couple runners on with 2 outs, but nothing comes of it. We head to the second inning here at Old Orchard Beach. Windjammers 1, Nor'easters nothing. Top of the second now here on Old Orchard Beach. Ryan Penny retaking the mound for the Nor'easters, and due up for his opposing Windjammers are James Gignac, Colin Ryan, and Landon Schwartzman. The former of those 3 now stands in, and that hit him. That is a hit by pitch to start off the second inning. And an early base runner here once more for these Windjammers. Now we'll bring up Colin Ryan, the left fielder. UMass Dartmouth, rising sophomore, Chelmsford High School graduate, Chelmsford, Massachusetts. It takes ball 1. No at-bats freshman year at UMass Dartmouth for him. Looking to get some reps in this league. Penny sizing up Gignac at first, and he is throwing over there. Wary of the base runner. A 1, runner goes. That's outside for a ball, and that throw not on track to second base. So that is a clean steal for James Gignac. And a runner on scoring position now with none out for these Windjammers. Outside, that's 3-0 count. Still no strikes in the inning here for Ryan Penny. Looking to avoid a bona fide jam here. 3-0. And that's down the middle for a strike. Taken cleanly by Ryan. Hitters count now. Gignac with a lead at second. And that is a strike. It was a low strike, but a strike to bring the count full. Ryan Penny fighting back from a 3-0 hole. Payoff pitch, and that is outside for ball 4. He fought back, but not all the way. And just like that, a hit by pitch and a walk. We have runners on first and second with none out here in this top of the second. And due up is Landon Schwartzman, a rising sophomore at Skidmore, Kennebunk High School grad. Sullivan deals a strike, or Penny, excuse me, deals a strike. As a train horn sounds in the distance. 0-1 from Penny. That's fouled back out of play. First swing at any pitch in this frame, I believe, by these Windjammers. Oh, 2. Fouled back down the right field line, but that's well out of play. Schwartzman is the shortstop for this Windjammers squad. Oh, 2 again. And hits that one into the gap in right center field. That'll score at least 1. Holding up at third is Colin Ryan, but Gignac around to score, and a 2-0 lead here, still with none out in the top of the second inning. Penny gives up his second run. And that will bring up Derek Descharme, rising sophomore, Central Maine Community College, takes a ball outside. Dixfield, Maine native, Dirigo High School grad is Descharme. Just 2 at-bats as a freshman. None of them hits. Did score twice as a pinch runner, though. So he takes ball 2. The second baseman for this Windjammers squad with runners on the corners. Takes low for ball 3. Penny showing some serious command issues here. But a double play would certainly still do wonders. That is a strike. Three 3-1 the count. Runner goes. And no throw attempted, so down to second goes Schwartzman. And that was ball 4, excuse me, so would have been on down at second either way. This is a bases loaded and nobody out situation as Derek Descharme gets aboard via a walk. And that will bring up Keenan, the right fielder. The ninth batter in this 10-man lineup for the Windjammers. Hits that one high up and out of play. Landed just a few feet away from this box. 0-1 is the count. Strike two, quick 0-2 on Keenan. Ryan Penny looking to avoid any further damage, and a strikeout would be massive here. Throws that one low and away for a ball. Ryan, Schwartzman, and Ducharme comprise the 3 base runners for the Windjammers. Grounded towards second, diving and unable to make the play. That's going to score 1. Rounding third, and that is going to be out at the plate for Landon Schwartzman. So getting the first out of the inning on a wonderful throw from the right fielder Chris Balzano, but another run comes around. A 3-0 advantage for these Windjammers. And we reach the last batter, the extra hitter, Lambert. Fouled that out of play. Ducharme advanced to second on that hit. Keenan down to first. 0-1. That's taken low for a ball. Penny already with 3 runs allowed, 2 of them earned, along with 2 walks and a hit by pitch. All 3 of those also in this inning. That's fouled back to the backstop, 2 strikes. The Windjammers have gotten hard contact consistently in this inning. With runners on first and second, 1 out. Penny's 1-2. Fights it off, does Lambert. As the Windjammers manager Derek Wood watches on, pleased with his team's output so far. 1-2. That's foul tipped into the mitt for strike 3, and extremely important strikeout there. First of the game for Ryan Penny, and that will bring up the top of the order, Sam Peterson, who grounded out in the first inning. Penny looking to get out of this inning with just 2 runs allowed, which all things considered, bases loaded, nobody out, he would certainly take. That one was low for a ball. Peterson hits that one towards center field, the position he's playing tonight. And an easy out for the 3rd out of the inning. But 2 more runs on the board for these Windjammers. Ryan Penny able to get out without blowing the game wide open, but still an uphill battle for his Nor'easters. They'll get a chance to respond here as we head to the bottom of the 2nd. And Andrew Merrill ready to stand in for these Nor'easters as we head to the bottom of the second. Nor'easters in a 3-0 hole. Andrew Merrill, a rising sophomore at East Connecticut State, played his club ball with the Southern Maine River Rats. Oxford Hills native. Owen Sullivan back on the mound, and he deals strike one. Merrill's catching tonight. Fouls that one back. Quick 0-2 count. Sullivan's had a lot of those. Oh, 2. Now it's high and outside for a ball. The pitcher, Owen Sullivan, is in the master's degree program at USM for a leadership studies degree. Previously studied there. That one's grounded down the first baseline, foul. As Merrill continues to fight them off. Managed a 1-2 record as a reliever for USM, did Sullivan. But showing out here, just one base runner thus far, a single from Luke Chessie, and 3 strikeouts in the opening frame, but that one's outside. 2-2 goes the count. And another foul ball. Two. And that's chipped toward an amazing diving catch there by the first baseman. That was Sam Malgeri, able to snag that and keep it from being another base runner allowed by Sullivan. And instead, that is just a harmless first out. An incredible effort there. And that will bring up Dylan Furman, the extra hitter for these Nor'easters, with 1 down. So he takes strike 1, says the first base umpire. That one's fouled off the catcher. Another 0-2 count for Owen Sullivan. Dylan Furman, a rising sophomore, classmate of Sullivan's at USM. Stratham, New Hampshire native, Exeter High School graduate. Hit .417 as a freshman at USM across 12 at-bats. Also a former All-State soccer player in New Hampshire. As he takes strike 3, a 4th strikeout of the game for Owen Sullivan. 3rd one looking. Furman goes down in 3 pitches. But the Nor'easters made their noise last inning. Both of their base runners came with 2 outs, and Chris Balzano will hope to continue that trend. A rising junior at Roger Williams, Thornton Academy graduate, takes low for a ball. Majoring in political science at Roger Williams. Hit .261, 23 at-bats. Another low ball. That's a 2-0 count. That one right down the middle for a strike. Outside, 3-1 hitters count. Balzano, the right fielder. Swing and a miss for strike 2. To bring the count full. Flies that one foul out of play down the left field line. 3-2, 2 out, none on. Balzano's Nor'easters in a 3-0 hole. Payoff pitch. That is lined toward the shortstop. Throws on and over the outstretched glove of Gignac to allow another man to reach base here for the Nor'easters with 2 outs. Balzano reaching. That was an incredibly difficult play. Reaching on a single. And that will bring up Gus Lappin with 2 outs. Rising Jr. at Johnson and Wales. He takes strike 1. South Portland High School graduate. Hit 194, batted in 8 runs. His previous campaign with a man on first here. Fouls that one into his own dugout, just past the legs of his coach, Max Selewski. Watching his team try to spark another 2-out rally, hoping this one will net some runs. But Sullivan has been dealing. And that's a high pop-up into foul ground, but Gignac running on and able to make the play. Once again, that rally falls flat. No runs on just 1 hit in that frame for the Nor'easters. We head to the 3rd inning with the Windjammers 3, Nor'easters 0. The second time through the order for these Nor'easters continues. After a first time that netted 3 runs, we'll see what the second one can bring. Sam Malgiri, the man who started the scoring spree for these Windjammers, in the box now. He got things going in the first inning with a walk, ended up coming around to score on a James Gignac, or rather a Colin Ryan hit. As he takes ball 1, excuse me, that was he reached base on a walk, stole second, and then while attempting to steal third, he was able to score by way of a catcher's error, as that one is backing out of play. So one of the 3 runs. Ryan Penny back on the mound for the Nor'easters. Strike 2. That's hit right at the shortstop. He's able to make a play. That was Luke Chessie with the catch there. And that brings up Jack LeCouture, who grounded out his first time up. Strike 1 taken there by LeCouture. And he grounds it to second base this time. Similar fate from the first. Throws on to get him. And a quick 2 outs. Welcome change of pace for these Nor'easters after what happened in the second inning. And that will bring up Griffin Ruffner. He struck out his first time at the plate. Ruffner takes ball 1. Just one at bat his freshman year at Ithaca. It was a strikeout, which was his fate last time, but this time able to reach base on a hit by pitch. Second of the game for the pitching staff. And a 2-out base runner now for James Gignac, who came around to score in the second inning on the Logan Schwartzman single. He walked to start that inning. Takes strike 1. Grounds that into his own dugout. Brings the count to 0-2. And he looks at strike 3. A quick inning and a welcome change for these Nor'easters, keeping the Windjammers off the scoreboard. We're going to head to the bottom of the third inning now with the score still at 3-0 Windjammers. We now head to the bottom of the third with Brissett, Federico, and Wern due up for the home Nor'easters, still looking for their first run. First to take a crack at it and try to become the first base runner on with less than 2 outs in this game is Hunter Brissett, who fouls that one back out of play. Rising sophomore at USM, Lisbon, Maine native, Lisbon Falls High School graduate. 11 at-bats as a freshman, just 1 hit. As he takes high for a ball, 1-1 the count. The 10th and final man in this 10-man lineup. He is the center fielder. Outside for ball 2. And swing and a miss, strike 2 to even the count at 2-2. Did he go around? He did. That is strike 3. The 4th strikeout of the game for Owen Sullivan, still in the game for these Windjammers. And a quick first out to bring up the top of the rotation once more in Brett Federico. He was one of those 3 other strikeouts. Struck out looking to start this game. As he takes a ball there. Just to clear up some confusion from the last half inning, that was not, in fact, Ryan Penny on the mound. He was pulled after 2 innings. Dawson Gundla through that last frame. So he will be the pitcher for the Nor'easters going forward. Taking a strike is Federico, Dawson Gundlaw, excuse me. Swing and a miss. And that is 2 strikes. 2-2 the count here. And a swing and a miss. That's strikeout number 5 for Owen Sullivan, and breaks the first 2 outs curse, if that's what we're calling it, for these Nor'easters. But if things are keeping in a set pattern, Michael Wern has a bright future ahead of him in this plate appearance. He struck out his first time. But looking to keep the pattern of 2-out base runners going for the 3rd straight inning. Takes a ball there. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Lots of swings and misses against Owen Sullivan. Second time through the order, though. Perhaps these Nor'easters hitters may start to figure him out. As he Warren takes the ball inside. Three and one the count. Swing and a miss for another full count. Another 2-strike count. Payoff pitch. And that is low for ball 4. The trend continues for the 3rd straight inning. Another base runner with 2 outs for Owen Sullivan. Michael Wern aboard with a walk. And that will bring up Luke Chessie. Reached on an error his first time up. Just 1 hit allowed so far in this one as he skies that one into right center field. But able to make the play is the right fielder to retire the side. No runs there for the Nor'easters. Still a 3-run ball game. With the Windjammers having the advantage, we head to the 4th inning here in Old Orchard Beach. The 4th inning just about ready to get started as Colin Ryan, the left fielder for the Windjammers, steps in. He walked last time up, was eventually able to come around to score on a Keenan hit. Swings at strike 1. Ryan, a 5'11" rising sophomore. He hits that one into shallow center field, or rather onto the outer side of the infield. The shortstop, Luke Chessie, able to make a play and put him away. Routine catch for him. And that will bring up Landon Schwartzman, the shortstop. Drove in a run, or rather loaded the bases with a single his first time up and was eventually thrown out at home trying to score on the Lambert hit. So he has a 1-1 count. The Skidmore sophomore swings at strike 2. Or rather, that was strike 3. So the second strikeout for Dawson Gunlaw. And Derek Descharme back up. He was the man that drove in the 3rd run and was a right field to catcher put out of driving in 2. He walked his last time up. Fouled back out of play. 2-1 his count. Two one. Takes a strike. Representing Central Maine Community College. His opponent, Dawson Gunlaw, St. Joseph's rising senior, as Ducharme fouls that one back out of play. York High School graduate. Was primarily a hitter for his St. Joseph's squad. Hit 1 home run, batted in 18 runs. But on the mound tonight, and doing pretty well. That one just inside to bring the count to full. Looking at his second inning of relief work. And that will be ball 4. So Ducharme aboard. And that will bring up Keenan. Who was left aboard his last time on the base paths. Drove in a run with a single into right field. Swing and a miss. 1-1. Gunlaw, the man on the mound, a business management major. First team all-conference his senior year of high school at York. Spent a year at Bridgeton Academy as well, as Keenan skies that one down the third baseline foul, but it is caught by the third baseman, Michael Wern, to retire the side. Another quick inning for Dawson Gunlaw to bring up his Nor'easters hitters. We head to the bottom of the fourth. Still a 3-0 ball game. We have a pitching change here for the Windjammers as the bottom of the fourth is ready to begin. Owen Sullivan with 3 innings of brilliant work, but he is sat down in favor of Nate Burnett, a USM classmate, Rollinsford, New Hampshire native, to face off against Graffam. Brady Graffam, the cleanup hitter. Grounds that one at the shortstop. Throws on to Gignac at first and able to get him for a quick first out. And that will bring up Jack LeBlond, who struck out looking his first time up. The second baseman for this team. Takes ball one, Lewiston native, Bridgeton Academy graduate. Hit 2 home runs, hit 143 his last season at USM. After transferring from UMaine, where he saw no action his one season. Burnett, 2-0. Foul tip into the dirt for strike one. Burnett played club ball for the Maine Lightning. Graduated from St. Thomas Aquinas High School in 2022. As he delivers ball 3, or rather that was ball 4. So a man aboard with less than 2 outs for the first time for the Nor'easters. Now we'll bring up Andrew Merrill out of East Connecticut State with a man on first. Showing bunt, bunts it down the third base line, and everybody's going to be safe. And masterful bunt executed by Andrew Merrill to get another man aboard with just 1 out and bring up Dylan Furman. Who struck out looking his first time up. The extra hitter in this 10-man lineup. Burnett looking to avoid a jam as he delivers ball 1 inside. Furman played catcher for his team's opening game. Just a hitter this time. And he took that one to the shoulder, and that's a hit by pitch, so men aboard all 3 bases here with just 1 out. Chris Balzano, the batter. And a mound conference will commence. Nate Burnett, in his first inning of work, has only gotten through 1 out. He's allowed a walk, a bunt, hit, and a hit by pitch. And the Nor'easters in prime position. Any ball that leaves the infield, going to at least put them on the board. Make a dent in this 3-0 cushion. Chris Balzano, the right fielder, looking to be the one to do it. He singled his first time up. a former All-State high school hockey player at Thornton Academy. Looks at ball one low. And another one in the dirt for ball two. Coach Max Selewski and co-coach Max Selewski Jr. both look on as their team looks to mount a rally. A little over halfway through this game, as this count is 3 balls and no strikes. Burnett looking to avoid walking in a run, and does so at least for now with a strike down the middle. Balzano standing pat through this hole at bat. And he's able to, as that is ball 4. And a run comes in to score. The leadoff walk to, or the one out walk to Jack LeBlond is now a runner coming around as the Nor'easters are on the board here with 1 out in the bottom of the 4th. Burnett now facing off against Gus Lappin, who flied out down the foul first base territory his first time up as he takes strike 1. Still bases loaded, still 1 out. That's a comebacker and gets the force out at home, a little off the base, but able to get the tag. That will be Andrew Merrill out for a pivotal second out. Fielder's choice allows Gus Lappin to reach base. And the 3 base runners advance. And Hunter Brissett, the 10th man in the lineup. 7th man to bat in the inning. Looking to keep this rally going. And he will do so through sacrificing his body as another run will come in to score, this one on a hit by pitch with the bases loaded. The second of the inning for Nate Burnett brings the Nor'easters within a run. And brings the top of the lineup back up. Brett Federico, who has struck out looking and struck out swinging. Both of those were against Owen Sullivan. Let's see what he makes of Burnett's stuff. Grounds that one foul down the third base line. Federico hit .365 with St. Lawrence this season with 4 doubles. Could certainly use one of those. Instead, skies that one into the shallow outfield. Second baseman able to make the play and end the inning, but 2 runs come around to score on a bases-loaded walk and a bases-loaded hit by pitch from the Windjammers' Nate Burnett. Still, though, Windjammers maintain the lead, 3-2. They'll hope to add to that as they come up to bat in the top of the 5th.
We still have a lot of players that, like I said, we got rising freshmen and other people coming in. Yeah, so.
To the 5th inning we go now, with Lambert, the 10-man, up to bat. Facing down Dawson Gunlaw, returning for a 3rd inning of work. Nearly gets that comebacker, but instead the second baseman able to handle it, throwing on to first for a 1-pitch out. To bring up Sam Peterson, who has grounded out and flied out in this game. Gunlaw gets him to chase. Low strike. Hits that one at the shortstop and past his glove and into left center field for a base hit. First one of the game for Peterson. First one allowed on the game by Gunlaw. And that will bring up Sam Malgeri, who has walked and lined out. Also scored a run in the first inning. The deciding run in the game currently. So he takes high for a ball. Foul tipped into the mitt for strike one. Shadows beginning to encroach upon the infield as the runner goes. Not handled cleanly by the catcher, Griffin Ruffner, and that is a clean steal for Peterson. Rather, that was Andrew Merrill, the Nor'easters catcher. So Sam Merrill down to second. Malgeri takes ball three. Outside for a ball on Malgeri. Rather, Malgeri took a walk his last time up, so this is Jack LeCoultre. And he hits that one over the head of the first baseman and into left field. Down to third goes Peterson. Second goes Malgeri, and the bases are loaded with one out. This time for the Windjammers. Griffin Ruffner at the plate. The Ithaca sophomore looking to expand this lead. That's ball one. And that will be ball two. Fouled back. That is strike one on Ruffner. Apologize for that. Just a bit of a confusion. That was foul tipped into the mitt for strike two. And Ryan Robertson now in at catcher for the Nor'easters, replacing Andrew Merrill. And that is ball three. Runners on every base. With one out. Windjammers, a 3-2 lead, could potentially expand here. Ruffner looking to be the one to do it. Payoff pitch. Hits that one into right field, running back on, and making the catch is the right fielder Balzano, but the run will come in to score. Sam Peterson gives his Windjammers a 4-2 lead, but the second out of the inning is recorded. Runners on the corners now. For James Gignac, who has been hit by a pitch and struck out looking. Takes strike one. Fouled back just beneath this booth by the St. Joseph's College student. For an 0-2 count, Gundlaw looking to escape this jam with one run allowed, and does so for strike three, needing to throw on and get him, and that is a safe, or no, they called him out. They took a bit of a time, did the first base umpire to make that call, had to throw on. It wasn't fielded cleanly by Ryan Robertson, but able to get that third out. One run comes around to score on the bases loaded single by Griffin Ruffner, and now a 4-2 lead for the Windjammers over the Nor'easters as we head to the bottom of the fifth. Michael Warren, Luke Chessie, and Brady Graffam due up in the bottom of the fifth as their Nor'easter squad rally back from 3-0 to cut it to 1 run, now looking down a 2-run deficit with 3 frames remaining. And Nate Burnett leads things off with a strike. Michael Warren has struck out swinging and walked, and grounds that one over to first. Throwing on to Burnett, and able to make the play for the first out. To bring up Luke Chessie, the shortstop, who has reached on an error and flied out to right in this game, or left rather. Burnett gets a quick out. Leaves that one outside. Fouled on the third base line, 1-1. So I was saying previously, shadows beginning to creep over the right side of the infield as evening approaches here on Old Orchard Beach. That one skied up above the booth and back into the parking lot. 1-2 the count. Outside for a ball 2. Chessie laying him off. Burnett, 2-2. That's grounded foul. Fights one off. Great plate discipline here. Plate discipline here, excuse me. Grounded nearly to the exact same spot in foul ground. Chessie trying to stay alive. Give the heart of his lineup a base runner. And Burnett desperately trying to avoid what happened last inning. And that ball will bring the count to full. Payoff pitch. Fights another one off. Burnett deals. High foul. Running on it is the catcher Ruffner, but no play to be made. I think 8 or 9 pitches at this point in this at-bat. Chessie making him work. But will he be rewarded? Hits that one into the outfield right at the center fielder. Able to make the play is Sam Peterson. So Burnett throwing a few extra pitches, but ultimately getting the second out. And that will bring up Brady Graffam, who has singled and grounded to short. The designated hitter in this lineup. Hits that one foul into the bullpen. Just off screen. Burnett's 0-1. In the dirt for ball 1. One and one the count for Graffam. He hits that one high in the shallow infield, and a number of fielders running on it. Eventually, it's the first baseman Gignac, or Malgiri rather, able to make the play. Nearly averted a disaster there, but quick 3 up and 3 down for the Nor'easters. Burnett pitching a much cleaner inning, and we head to the 6th inning now with a 4-2 lead for the Nor'easters, or the Windjammers rather, getting ready to bat. Brady Graffam onto the mound here for the Nor'easters to face Colin Ryan, Landon Schwartzman, and Derek Ducharme as we head to the top of the 6th. Graffam already with 3 at-bats in this game. Now taking the mound. 1-1 the count. Ryan has walked and scored, as well as flied out to short. Takes a strike just on the corner. And that's a ball. Graffam was the designated hitter. Moves now to pitcher. Has his first batter at 2-2. And that one's low, which will bring the count full against Colin Ryan, the UMass Dartmouth rising sophomore. And he hits that one back at Graffam. Karam's off to the second baseman and able to turn it around and make the play. Adjusts to that angle in real time and gets the first out. To bring up Landon Schwartzman, who has singled and struck out swinging, was also thrown out at home in the 2nd inning. The Kennebunk native, Skidmore student. Looks at ball 1 outside. The full moon now out now above Old Orchard Beach as dusk approaches. That one fouled back above the backstop. 1-1. At least I believe that's the full moon. I won't call myself an astronomer. That could be a waxing gibbous, or a waning gibbous even. It's approaching full. This count, though, 1-1, far from full. And the base paths are empty. Brady Graffam looking to keep him that way. That one is ball 2. Schwartzman playing shortstop. He's had a few putouts in this game. And he takes ball 3. Three-one from Graffam. And that is low for ball 4. So a one-out walk, the second walk of the game for Schwartzman. And up next is a man who has walked twice already, Derek Descharmes. He was stranded at second in the second inning, stranded at first base in the fourth. Looking to get a little bit further this time. Swings and misses at strike 1. He can run, as I mentioned earlier. Despite not managing a hit, he scored twice for his Central Maine Community College team as a pinch runner. Takes strike 2 there. The issue for him was getting on base through more conventional means. He was 0 for 2 attempting it that way. He's done much better in this game, though. But 3 strikes strikeout there. A swinging strikeout first of the night for Graffam. And that will bring up Keenan, who has singled and flied out to third base. With 2 out and a men on. Landon Schwartzman occupying first base via a walk. Brady Graffam looking to strand him there. So that one is low for ball 1. One-0. Low for ball 2. Robertson throws down to first, and that was close. Caught Schwartzman cheating off the bag a bit, not paying attention, but able to get back. And a 2-0 count. Robertson with a heads-up play there, but not panning out. Grounds that one right back to the first baseman and steps on the bag to get the out. Just one base runner, no runs in that top of the 6th. And the Nor'easters with 2 more frames to erase this 2-run deficit, the first of which coming right up in the bottom of the 2nd, or bottom of the 6th, here at the ballpark. To the bottom of the 6th we go with Jack LeBlanc, Ryan Robertson, and Dylan Furman all due up in this frame. First of them is Jack LeBlanc, who struck out looking and walked. He also came around to score during that 4th inning rally. Nate Burnett will get another inning of work here. He smoothed things out after a rocky debut frame. Ready to lead off LeBlanc, and does so with a high ball. Checked his swing on that one for ball 2. Burnett deals. That one skied back foul. As is that one, a bit lower. Back into the seats. The count at 2-2. Swing and a miss. That is strike 3. He went around and strikes out for the second time in the game. Burnett gets another K, and that will bring up Ryan Robertson for his first at-bat of the game. Subbed in for Andrew Merrill a few innings ago. He looks at the ball inside. One out here in the bottom of the 6th, and that one is into center field for a base hit. Robertson into first. And Burnett gives up his first solid contact in about an inning or so. Robertson gets aboard. The first base runner for this squad since Hunter Brissett was hit by a pitch. The first hit in over 3 innings, and that will bring up Dylan Furman, the extra hitter. And he swings and misses at strike 1. Men on first with 1 out. Swing and a miss again for strike 2. Six-foot righty deals, and that's grounded to third, able to get it and throw on to second for 1. Not able to convert the double play, though. Still, that'll make it 2 outs in the fielder's choice. As LeBlanc sits down. Furman, the new runner on first with 2 outs, and Chris Balzano, who has singled and walked. He hits that one into shallow left. Going back on it, the shortstop able to make the backhanded play. The shortstop, Landon Schwartzman, to retire the side and gets the Nor'easters down to their last frame of work. But first, the Windjammers will come up to bat next. It will be Lambert, Peterson, and Malgiri in this top of the 7th. To the 7th inning we go with Lambert ready to stand in the batter's box. Brady Graffam, another inning of work, looking to close the Nor'easter side of things out. Lambert has struck out and grounded out to third. And he looks at a strike. Graffam looking to give his team, keep the deficit at 2 to give his team a chance to rally back in the bottom of the 7th. That one grounded down the right field line, foul. Oh, 2 for the 5-7 righty. He deals. Swing and a miss. That's strike 3. Good start for the frame. A swinging K, the second of the game for Lambert. And that will bring up the top of the order for these Windjammers. Sam Peterson, his 4th at bat of the day. He has grounded out twice, as well as singled. He did eventually come around to score in the 5th inning. Graffam starts him off with a low ball. One 0 the count, none on, 1 out. And that's outside for a ball. Peterson's Windjammers with a 4-2 lead. here at the beautiful ballpark in Old Orchard Beach. Grafham's 2-0. That one fouled back out of play. Peterson representing University of Maine at Farmington, where he is a rising junior. Hit .258 during the season there. Has one hit in this game. Takes a strike to even the count. Does Peterson. Also a steal, which put him in prime position to score on the Griffin-Ruffner RBI single. That's outside for a ball, and the count goes full. Graffam sizing him up for the payoff pitch. Hits it out to center field, but gets underneath it. Does Gus Lappin for the second out. The final out of the game for the Windjammers, if they want to tack on any additional runs. The man to do it will be Sam Algieri. He'll need to get it started. He has walked twice and lined out to short. Also came around to score on a throwing error in the first inning. So he takes the ball. A lefty from 6'3" lefty from Plymouth State. Civil engineering major. 3-year letter winner for baseball and football during his days at Exeter High School. And he takes that one on the shoulder. That's a hit by pitch. 2-out base runner for the Windjammers. And that will bring up Jack LeCocher, who has grounded out twice and singled. Representing Rollins College. Or excuse me, this is a substitution. But unfortunately, I do not have the full jersey numbers. Or excuse me, no, my bad. This is Jack LeCocher. He's number 1. Sorry for the confusion. 0-1 count. Grounds that toward second base. Throwing on to first to retire the side, and that will be it for the Windjammers. We head to the bottom of the second in a familiar position for the Nor'easters for their second straight game. They look to avenge, or rather to close out a game in walk-off fashion. They were not able to in their season opener, but the bottom of the second, we'll see if they can break through this time. To the final frame of this game we go, and the Windjammers going deeper into their bullpen with John Luxinger, a rising junior out of Norwich College, Berwick Academy High School graduate, takes the mound. He appeared 10 times out of the bullpen for Norwich, a 1.96 ERA, 3-0 record, 14 strikeouts. So, limited resume, but the numbers do back him up. And the man he will face first off is Gus Lappin, who has flied out and advanced on a fielder's choice. He takes strike 1. The Nor'easters, once again, down to their final 3 outs. They were unable to rally from a 2-1 deficit in their opener at Southern Maine Community College. This one a 2-run deficit. And that's a strike just on the outside corner of the zone. It will be Lappin, Brissett, and Federico hoping to spark this rally. Otherwise, the Windjammers will start the season off with a win. That is ball 1. Luxinger, 2-time Eastern Independent League first team in high school, as he deals ball 2. A corporal in the Corps of Cadets at Norwich, as well as a criminal justice major. That is ball 3 to bring the count full. A Spanish minor as well. Something we have in common. Looking to close this win out for his Windjammers. Here's the payoff pitch. And that is outside for ball 4. So great plate discipline there by Lappin, rallying back from an 0-2 hole to draw 4 straight balls. And he is aboard to start this bottom of the 7th. And that will bring up Hunter Brissett, who has struck out and been hit by a pitch. He represents the tying run. He takes strike 1. Lisbon native looking to keep his team alive. Grounds that one towards second, but throwing on to second for the double play. Nope, not able to convert it. The force out at second is recorded. Lappin sits down, but Brissett is aboard via the fielder's choice. Good play there by the second baseman, Derek Descharme. To retire the first batter of this inning, the tying run now represented by Brett Federico, who has struck out twice and flied out to second. Not been a productive night for him, but he can turn it around and make his teammates happy here. Second throw over to first, equally as fruitful. Luke Singer deals. Down the middle for strike 1. And that's in there for strike 2. Another 0-2 hole for the 6-foot first baseman Federico. Takes that one outside. 4-2 the deficit. 1 out, 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 man on base. Luke Singer deals, and he went around for strike 3. The Nor'easters down to their last out. Federico strikes out for the 3rd time. It just has not been his day. Someone who has at least gotten on base once today is Michael Wern. He struck out, grounded out, but he also walked. He represents the tying run and the last hope for these Nor'easters. And he takes strike 1, the 4th batter in this inning to do so. Luke Singer on the verge of closing this one out. That one just outside for a ball. Set the man on first. And that one is hit into shallow right. Running on is the right fielder. Able to make the play is Keenan. And that will end it. A 4-2 win for the Windjammers over the Nor'easters here at the Ballpark in Old Orchard Beach. I've been Charlie Fellows. Thank you for listening, and I will see you next time.